Welcome everyone to Bracket Bastards. This is the podcast we're talking to. We talk. Welcome to Bracket Bastards, the podcast we talk. See, this is what happens when tech issues is a problem. Either way, welcome to Bracket Bastards, the podcast where we take a bracket of 32, 64, 128 or more and banter our way down to a winner. I am your host, Freddie Fisher, and this is.
This is Shy LK Asylum, your resident weird bastard, and this is.
I'm the music god, and I'm over here arguing with After Effects.
And we have a newcomer this week as well. Carrie has decided to join us this week. She is a travel agent, which is really nice to get her on top of this week. How you doing today?
Hello. How is everyone?
Good enough. There we go. This week, as I said, since we're talking about travel stuff, we are talking about. I like to call them dirty destinations, but they're more like lewd locations, either names of towns that just sound dirty, and I have no idea how they made it past the planning stages of the town goes. Before we get started, though, there's a couple things on the board. We call them lifelines. As you can tell, there's 4 people on the screen, which means there is no past a parcel this week because the audience gets their vote heard as an actual member of the show this week. If you want to be part of the audience, it is over at Bracket Bastard, the audience vote on Facebook. We vote all week. Next week, we're doing overplayed wedding songs, and that will be going up probably around the time the show ends today. So make sure to check that out. However, we do have Steal a Vote and Blowing a Load. Steal a Vote, one time during the show, you're allowed to steal one person's vote as long as they are going after you and they have not voted yet. Other than that, there's Blowing a Load. If anybody on the show happens to blow their load, you guys will hear this sound.
Oh!
And all that means is that if you're one of the first, want to be one of the first to go, you can do that. And it means you're going last. If somebody else does it after you, you are no longer going last. You're going directly before them, and so forth. Go ahead and start this thing after the weird ass damage that happened before the show started. I'm going to start us off. It is either Rough and Ready, New York, or Broad Bottom, Kentucky. I'm a fan of Queen, and people are thinking, well, we're talking about Queen, we're talking about this stuff, but they're not from either one of those. But uh, big bottom girls, the fat bottom girls make the world go round type thing. So I'm going to go with broad bottom on this one. Shy, is it broad bottom or Rough and Ready, New York?
I gotta go rough and ready. I mean, it's my favorite kind, so.
Gets the vote either way. CJ.
Oh, I've been to Broad Bottom, so definitely Broad Bottom.
Carrie.
We're up and ready.
Oh, which means it is a tie-breaking decision coming down to the audience. The audience, believe it or not, went with broad bottom. Kind of figured more New Yorkers would show up, but they didn't. So it is a split vote. Audience got their vote heard, and they were the tie-breaking decision. Shy starts this one off. Butts Mill, Alabama, or PP, Ohio.
Just for my inner 12-year-old, I've got to go PP, Ohio.
PP, Ohio gets the vote. CJ?
I've got to go the other one. I'm not voting for anything from Ohio. Call it the anti-ex-wife vote. So
Either way, it gets a vote. Carrie
PP Ohio.
gets another one. Audience, by the way, is going to go with PP Ohio as well. I am also going to go with PP Ohio. It is 4-1 to the next round.
Damn it.
Moves on. Next up, CJ starts us off while hopefully Carrie gets logged back on. Is it Knoblich? Oh, Shy. Actually, sorry, it was Shy. Uh, CJ, is it Knoblich, Missouri, or Hoback, uh, West Virginia?
Um, you know what? I used to live about 15 minutes from Knoblich. So we'll go with Knoblich, Missouri.
Gets a vote, Carrie.
Knoblich.
Gets another one. Audience is going to go with Knoblich as well, which means it is 3 and out. I'm going to go with Knoblich. I don't. I always tell people is that the reason why all the trees in Iowa point south is because Missouri sucks. So I'm going to throw him a bone on this one. Get another vote from me. Shy, finish this out. Is it Knoblich, Missouri, or Hoback? Oh, by the way, it's not West Virginia. It's Wyoming. I can't read my own fucking handwriting. So is it Hoback, Wyoming, or Knoblich, Missouri?
Well, if it was going to be West Virginia, I was definitely going to go Hoback, West Virginia. But I was like, I have not heard of. I live in West Virginia. I've not heard of a Hoback, West Virginia. But since it's not, we'll go with Knoblich.
In a sweep, Knoblich moves on to the next round. Carrie starts us off. Carrie, is it Wanker's Corner, Oregon, or Cox, Indiana?
Oh, we always have to go
Sorry,
with Cox.
Cox, Idaho. I really need to learn my
Yeah.
initials.
Either way,
Fuck.
Cox.
It gets a vote. Audience is going to go for Wanker's Corner on here. I'm going to go for Wanker's Corner, mainly because Oregon is a much easier one to remember instead of the ID and fucking Idaho. It's plus it's Wanker's Corner. Like you can get rid of Cox. By the way, is spelled COX, so it's not COCKS. That would be a little bit more damaging. But Wanker's Corner, I don't know how
Just
the
on
hell
the corner.
I don't know how the hell they got away with that. And whose corner did they take? Like there needs to be some like repercussions here. I'm gonna go with Wanker's Corner as well with the audience. Shy.
I want to go with Cox, but the more I think about Wanker's Corner, I've got to go with Wanker's Corner.
Gets a vote and the win.
They have a designated corner in the town, so
CJ.
Oh, yeah, Wanker's Corner, because it was actually the inspiration for Wanker County in Married with Children, where Peggy's family was from.
No, I was unaware of that. Wanker's Corner, however, does get the vote and the win at 4-1 to the next round. The audience starts us off. It is either Floyd's Knob, Indiana, or Climax, Michigan. What makes me laugh is I'm pretty sure Indiana and Michigan connect somewhere.
they're connected by Floyd's Knob.
Yeah, they're connected by Floyd's Knob. So Floyd's Knob may have helped Climax, but I'm gonna just for wishful thinking, I'm gonna go Climax on here, and so is the audience. So that is 2 up. Shay, Climax or Floyd's Knob?
I would have to see Floyd's Knob first, but I'm gonna have to go with Climax.
Gets a vote. CJ.
Oh, it's Climax. It's you gotta throw the Michigan vote.
Hey, I forgot to turn my ringer down. Carrie, finish this out. Is it Climax or Floyd's Knob?
Well, I'm a native Michigander too, so we're going with Climax.
Turn my.
She was just the one that was smart enough to actually move someplace better.
You know what? I tried that and it just didn't work.
Yeah, I've tried it multiple times. I always end up back here.
Climax comes roaring into round 2 after that one. I start this one off as either Woods Hole, which fits well with Floyd's nom, Woods Hole, Maryland, or sorry, yeah, Woods Hole, Massachusetts. What is MA? That's Massachusetts, ain't it?
Master.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so Woods Hole, Massachusetts, or Boneville, Minnesota. I'm gonna go with Woods Hole on this one because even though it's spelled Boneville, I'm pretty sure it's Bonneville,
Mm,
but it's spelled Boneville. But I still think Woods Hole is better, so it's gonna get my vote. Shy
I gotta go with Bonesville.
gets a vote. CJ
The Massachusetts one.
Woods Hole, Carrie.
Boneville.
Oh, which means it is a tie-breaking decision coming down to the audience with a 1 vote difference. So that one person out there that voted for Woods Hole, you ended up getting your vote heard, and it is 3-2 to the next round for Woods Hole. Shy, is it Big Woods, Minnesota, or I don't know how this is if it's pronounced this way, but I'm going to pronounce it this way. Big Woods, Minnesota, or Onnacock, Virginia?
Oh, Onnacock, Virginia, of course.
Gets a vote. Carrie, or sorry, CJ.
What was it? Anacock and what?
Big Woods.
Yeah, it's got to be Anacock. Big Woods doesn't sound any kind of. There's
I
nothing
mean,
sexual about that.
some people like a little Big Wood. You never know.
Mm.
Onnacock does get that vote though. Carrie, is it Onnacock or Big Wood?
Onnacock.
Audience agrees with you, and I'm gonna agree with them. So it is 5-0 for Onnacock. It's gonna go far. I think Shy is having issues with her internet. CJ, is it Hardwood, Louisiana? By the way, there's plenty of hardwoods out there. I just happen to choose Louisiana for this one. Hardwood, Louisiana, or Nutbush, Tennessee?
Nutbush.
Do you know why Nutbush is famous, by the way?
Tina Turner.
Yep. It is a hometown of I did not know that until this week, by the way. One of the people in I can't remember who it is. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. On the Facebook page happened to comment on that one. So uh, it gets CJ's vote. Carrie, is it Nutbush or Hardwood? You say you're not on mute on my end. There she goes. Okay. It's all right. There you go. Okay. Is it Hardwood or Nutbush?
Oh, Nutbush.
Nutbush gets a vote. Audience agrees with you. I'm going to agree with Nutbush as well. Shy, is it Nutbush or Hardwood?
Yeah, it's gonna be Nutbush.
Nutbush. 5-0. Nutbush moves on to the next round. I'll be right back right after this break. Wow. Before I became a podcaster, I never imagined all these requests for 5-star reviews did anything important. I was wrong about that, but being the bastards we are, we're not just going to expect you to give up those 5 stars with nothing in return. But I'll trade you for it. If you send us a letter, a question, or anything you deem necessary along with those 5 stars, we'll not only give you a shout out on the show, but we'll read your submission live on air. We call this our thank you to review. If you want to be part of the thank you to review, send it to bracket BRACKETTY2R at yahoo.com to get in. This also works if you want to be a guest on any of our shows on the ABC podcast channel. Today's letter It comes from Ella. It says, "Why are you so darn crass all the time? There might be children listening. It's people like you leading this world into ruin. Y'all need Jesus." Just kidding. Love it. 5 stars on Apple. I read all of these, by the way, uh, and that just made me laugh. So from uh,
Like,
I
shit,
know
Ella, tell us something we don't know.
y'all need Apple. A couple things I want to cover on this, by the way. Uh, I have child protective things on here, so if you're on Spotify or on YouTube or stuff like this, you have to have a uh, child-free thing on it to even get to it. It's like a 17 or above type thing on YouTube. I know this because my daughter, who has been on this show, can't use her school email or her school account for YouTube to get onto this show to watch this show, and I've gotten shit for it. So there's that. And as far as um, ruining, I'm sorry, being darn crass, we have a warning at the beginning of the show, at least the Spotify versions on this show, that we swear 3 times during the actual thing itself, the actual beginning of the show. So that should be your warning off that one. Anyway, free question this week. I couldn't think of anything inappropriate enough, so just smash that blow a load button for me. So, Miss Ella Ranger or Mrs. Ella Ranger, this one's for you. And just because I'm a nice guy, I'm going to make you do it again. So, she gave the question to me on this one. It says, "What world travel site do you want to get lucky at the most?" Going down the line, I'm going to go to CJ first. CJ, what world travel site do you want to get lucky at the most?
Man, I honestly have no freaking idea, man. Like
I have several.
I I mean, pretty much everyone on my list would be like utterly disrespectful, you know. Um, so like,
That's part of the
Yeah,
fun
that's
of
part of
I
the
it.
mean,
fun, man.
I would I would say the Vatican, but I've actually had sex in a confessional booth of a Catholic church, so
I've
kind of
I've
already
had sex
done
in a
it. Again.
baptismal pool, if that counts.
Did you say a baptismal pool?
Yeah, not the little tiny ones like the Catholics use, but this was uh it was a Baptist church, so it's like a
I would just say, yeah, the Baptist
full
church they have like Olympic-sized swimming pool ones.
like hot tub type size pool behind the altar. And yes, it was with the preacher's daughter
I, my, yeah,
from a church I was not going to. By the
bro,
way, like I didn't go to
Hey,
that church.
you do what you got to do, man.
bro,
Yeah,
like I dated the preacher's daughter in high school from our local Baptist church, and I I can tell you firsthand, outright, that that girl was far more.
deviant.
Yeah, let's use deviant as a nice way to put it. Than any other girl I've ever
Yeah,
dated in college, military, or otherwise. I have been to Thailand. I have been to the Philippines, Japan, Brazil. None of those women held a candle to the innocent little Baptist girl, or what he thought was the innocent little Baptist girl. Yeah, so
you know what? I don't know. I think this may be a question for the loud list. A
what?
top 10 list of locations to get busy at, like
Yeah.
worldwide sites in the world to get busy at, like the
What did I miss, you cocksucker? I didn't miss.
like the top of the pyramid or something like that. Uh,
Yeah, the pyramids one will get you like seriously arrested because they're like really dickish about you like going. They have them like roped off now, and if you go past the ropes, like they chase you. They were like there was some kid from Germany, I think it was last year or the year before, thought it was going to be cute to like climb up one of the pyramids, and like fucking two military guys like chased him to the top of to the pyramid and arrested him, and he is now like banned from traveling to Egypt, and he ended up paying like $30,000 in restitution and all kinds of shit. Like they take it really serious, like and as they should. I mean, obviously, it's you know,
Now, see, if he caused any damage, I would understand him paying for the damage, but I think they make enough money to more than cover the like ability to do normal wear and tear type stuff to the actual pyramids, and pyramids has been there for thousands of years. I don't think a person climbing up the side of it's going to be a problem. Granted, if you do climb up the side of it and you fall down and kill yourself, then they're not liable for it. But $30,000 in restitutions, I think it's crap. Banning him from the country, like I'm sitting there going, I'm not planning on coming back anyway. So
right.
I did what I came here for.
Yeah,
yeah,
I would say Egypt's not exactly high on my list of places to visit. I mean, just as a matter of principle. I mean, I'm not a feminist or anything, but I do have a serious problem with any country that tells women they can't drive or they can't you know, they pretty much can't go to the bathroom without having a man standing outside the door to keep them safe. I'm just like, you
no.
know, like asshole Hammurabi died in like the 15th century. Like move on. you know,
So, do you have an answer to this question?
honestly, no. Like
All right.
you know what? For sake of argument, let's say Stonehenge. Stonehenge would be cool.
Shy?
So I referred to Logan on this one because I was like, I'm not sure exactly where. My first thought of somewhere funny would be on despite there being children around, would be if you would consider a world travel, would be the elevator in the Eiffel Tower of Kings Island. But his thought was either in the middle of the Roman Colosseum or getting head by one of the Easter Island heads.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's talk to the travel agent among us on this one. Carrie, do you have a certain location around the world that you would want to get lucky at?
Well, I guess I'm just a little boring. Y'all are talking Vatican City, and um, for me, it's just a beach. And one place I've always wanted to go that I haven't been yet, hopefully next year, is the Cayman Islands. So that would be mine.
Just don't get sand anywhere unsavory.
Yeah,
So you'd bring whole new meaning to came in.
yeah.
Ooh.
My
Nobody
uncle
else thought of that, really? Like,
my
come on.
uncle owns a resort in the Cayman Islands.
My, I'm gonna have to do it in the middle of the night when there's nobody around because I think it's not like it's not protected by anybody, but there's tourists all the time. That entire four corner in the states type thing where you visit
Oh
four
yeah,
Yeah.
states at a time.
yeah, that would be cool.
I would have to put like a mattress down because like that's a metal plate type thing, and
Yeah,
knowing me, I'd slip and break something. So and it's something
say
important.
say you
But
had
I
sex in 4 states at once.
yeah, just be
Just have
able
an arm and leg in each corner, and you're good.
yeah just to be able to say that type thing. And that's what I would do. Like four different states. What were you doing? Having sex. Like, what did you do with
And
the four corners? Had sex. What was?
yeah, didn't put the mattress down. Broke my dick in the process.
Well, at least I didn't put it in Woods Hole.
There you
Had to
go.
travel across the country for that one. Anyway, Miss Ella Ranger, Mrs. Ella Ranger, whoever you happen to be, thank you for being part of the Thank You to Review process. Again, if you want to be part of the Thank You to Review, it is bracket BRACKETTY, the number 2, and then R at yahoo.com to get in. It also works for any other show that we happen to have. Welcome back for the second half of round 1 on this one. I spilled some pop on my board here.
Whoops, my bad.
Looks like Carrie starts us off on here. I think Shy's having issues too. Carrie starts us off. Is it Beaver City, Nebraska, or Swallow Hill, Delaware?
City.
Uh, Beaver City, you say? Beaver City gets a vote off that one. The audience say Swallow Hill, Delaware on that one. I'm going to go with Swallow Hill as well. It's probably named for the birds, but like you can get Beaver City and stuff pretty much everywhere you go. So it's not something with a beaver everywhere you go. So, but Swallow Hill, I think is just absolutely fantastic. So Swallow Hill gets my vote. Shy is not around currently, so hopefully we can get back to her. CJ, finish this up. Is it Swallow Hill or Beaver City?
You always got to go with the beaver.
Always got to go with the beaver, which
Big
means it
beaver
is a
Dan.
which means it is a push. It's going to be 3-2 whenever Shy gets back because she's not here right now. She's going to be tie breaking decision. Oh, there she is. Shy,
Sorry
your
about
tie your tie breaking decision, is it Beaver City or Swallow Hill?
Oh, it's got to be Swallow Hill.
Gets a vote and the win. A lot of this is just a lot to write out. Okay. Audience starts us off. It is either Browntown, New Jersey, or Bone Hills, Maryland. Audience says Browntown, New Jersey gets that vote. I remember as a kid making just this joke constantly about going to Browntown. And I'm pretty sure it made it into a couple of rap songs. So I'm going to go with Browntown on this one. Shy, is it Browntown or Bone Hills?
Yeah, I got to go Browntown as well.
Gets another one. CJ.
Yeah, Browntown.
Vote and the win. Carrie, finish us up.
Browntown.
With a sweep. 5-0 faces a 4-1 in the next round. And talk about a connection with that one is I start this one off. Either Long Pole, West Virginia, or Intercourse, Pennsylvania. I have a feeling that Intercourse is going to run away with this, so I'm gonna give West Virginia some love as far as this one goes. Shy, is it Long Pole or Intercourse?
I mean, I've got to go Intercourse. Sorry, West Virginia.
You know what? I even gave West Virginia some love, and you couldn't do it. I see how you
Nope,
are.
nope, can't do it.
CJ, Long Pole, Intercourse.
Yeah, it's got to be long pole. I refuse to. I vehemently stand by the opinion that Pennsylvania should be turned into a parking lot. So,
I will not refuse the Intercourse.
Carrie, is it Long Pole or Intercourse?
Intercourse.
I mean, it is a tie-breaking decision coming down the audience. The audience just 100% went for Intercourse on that one. It was a complete shutout.
Booyah!
We tried West Virginia. We tried 3-2 to the next round. Shy starts us off. Shy, is it Longwood, Wisconsin, or Cumming, Iowa?
It's got to be coming. We always be coming.
Yeah, we always try at least. TJ, Cumming, Iowa, Longwood, Wisconsin.
Yep. Yep. Coming Iowa.
Carrie,
Coming.
we all be doing
Thank you
that.
for thank you for letting us know, Carrie.
The
Yeah.
audience said the same thing. I'm an Iowa boy. I have to vote for Iowa on this one. I go state over anything else majority of the times. Shy couldn't vote for hers, but either
It's
way,
intercourse. Come on.
just like it's coming, so I'm gonna have to vote for
Exactly.
coming. Coming moves on to the next round in the sweep. Next up, CJ starts us off. CJ, is it Hookers, Oklahoma, or Blue Ball, Arkansas?
So here's a funny thing. Blue Balls, Arkansas has a famous fishing spot resort called Dick's Not Inn.
Yep.
So we got to go with Blue Balls, Arkansas.
Blue Ball gets a vote off of that one. Carrie,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first one.
is it Blue Ball, Arkansas, or Hookers, Oklahoma?
Blue ball.
The audience with this is going to go for Blue Ball as well, which means it's 3 and out. I'm going to go for Hookers on this one because, I mean, there's only really two major places to find hookers, and that is in Oklahoma and our trunk. So, Hookers gets my vote. Shy, finish us up.
Yeah, I got to give it to the hookers too.
So sad. Blue Ball,
They just need a little bit of love.
which they didn't get as a child. Blue Ball gets the vote
Exactly.
and the win to the next round. Carrie starts us off. Is it Happy Land, Connecticut, or Cooter, Missouri?
Oh, got to go with Cooter, Missouri.
Cooter gets a vote. Audience agrees with you. I'm going to avoid the sweep on here. I'm going to go with Happy Land, just because I think if Cooter moves on too terribly far, it's going to end up getting and knocking out a lot of the things that I love. So it gets my vote. Shy, is it Cooter, Missouri, or Happy Land?
I'm only voting for Happy Land because I hate the word cooter.
Is it worth a Sheila vote? Shy?
Yeah, fuck it. Stealing CJ's.
Shy has decided to steal a vote. The perfect time to do it, which means Happy Land will be moving on. By the way, CJ, what would have your vote been?
Happy Land.
I kind of wish I didn't ask off of that one. 3-2 to the next round. Audience starts us off on this one. It is either going to be Woody, California, or Fingerville, North Carolina. Fingerville gets that one in a shutout. I'm gonna go with Woody just for the fact that the porn industry has their award, like their Oscar award, is called a Woody. You can look this up. This is a complete fact. Their Oscar award for acting is called a Woody. So Woody Award, and it makes me laugh. And it is shaped exactly how you think it is. Shy, is
Does it
it
come
Wood?
in? Does it come in different sizes?
I'm wondering if it comes in different colors.
Yeah.
Is it Woody or Fingerville?
Is it based on anyone famous? do you get a Ron Jeremy one or a John Holmes one?
Good
Does it come
God.
in, does it come in small packages?
Right.
Oh my god. So was it Fingerville?
Yep, it's either Fingerville or Woody.
Yeah, I gotta go Fingerville.
Gets a vote. CJ,
Um, in honor of Ralphie May, let's do the Fingerville.
Yep.
Carrie.
That's one of the.
I
That's
miss
one, I'm
him.
sorry. That's one of the funniest comedy bits ever.
What woman wouldn't want Fingerville? We got to go with that one.
Preach.
I guess I'm the only one. 4-1 to the next round. Fingerville moves on. Last up in round one, I start us off, and this is going to be it's either Goldenrod, Kansas, or Friendswood, Texas. I like Goldenrod better. I really do. But if I remember right, Goldenrod is also the place where Chick-fil-A is started from, or they're based at. And I vote against everything Chick-fil-A for personal reasons. So I'm gonna have to vote for Friendswood on this one because we, I, ladies, I guarantee you there is at least somebody, some male on your friends list that you want your Friendswood. Just saying. So Friendswood gets my vote. Shy, is it Friendswood or Goldenrod?
I have to say Friendswood just because you know it better.
Like the inside of my hand. CJ.
What do you had Friendswood and
Goldenrod.
Goldenrod. That sounds like a bad Austin Powers sequel. Um, Friendswood.
Gets a vote and the win. Carrie.
My husband's with me, and I don't want any of my friends would, but we're going to go with that one.
The audience, by the way, is going to go for Goldenrod on this one, so it is another 4-1 to the next round. But Friendswood moves on. I wrote Fiendswood. That's a wrestling joke right there. We'll be right back right after this break. I get to talk to a lot of intriguing people doing these shows because we get a lot of intriguing people on this show. I'm gonna talk to CJ first on this one, giving Carrie a little bit of a reprieve. CJ, what you been up to?
Um, Writing 2 books, trying to figure out these college courses, and getting everyone back to health. Everybody seemed to. Mom had to go into rehab, and one of the older ones got hit by a car and had its tibia operated on. So I've been going in 900 different directions over the past couple weeks. So, um, you know, trying to sleep when possible, but those,
And of course, Carrie, who's a new person on this show. Tell us about yourself.
Well, hello. As I mentioned before, I'm a Michigander. Live in Florida now. Travel agent. I'm an independent travel agent, so I work for a host agency. It's my part-time job. I do it in my spare time, and my real job is I'm a manager of a IT company. So keep myself busy.
There you go. Welcome back to round two. It looks like Shay starts us off on this one. Shy, is it Broad Bottom or Swallow Hill?
Always Swallow Hill. Always.
Gets a vote,
Always.
CJ.
I like a big broad bottom.
Makes the world go around. Carrie.
I don't have a broad bottom, so I'm gonna have to go with Swallow.
Audience, by the way, between Swallow Hill and Broad Bottom, it is looks like Swallow Hill gets that particular vote, which means it will be moving on. You know what? I know Fat Bottom Girls is great and all, but uh, like good girls spit, great girls swallow. So I'm gonna have to go for Swallow Hill on this
Amen.
one. Yeah, moves on to the next round. CJ starts us off. CJ, is it Noblik or intercourse?
Noblik.
Gets a vote. Carrie.
Still got to go with intercourse.
Audience, by the way, between intercourse and Noblik, it is intercourse for them. I'm gonna go for Noblik just to make it a tie-breaking decision down to Shy. Shy, is it Noblik or intercourse?
Well, I have to vote on that over which I prefer, so I'm gonna have to go with intercourse.
Moves on to the next round.
Which makes sense for your and CJ's decision. So I see it.
Mine is just an anti-Pennsylvania vote, and the fact that
if you would have listened to last week's episode, I actually kind of did a rant against that because last week's question. No, you can go look this up. Last week's question was your favorite and your least favorite sexual position. And I said, I'm like, I'm just not a fan of. I love giving. I just don't like getting head. So, I'm one of those weird ones like that. But intercourse does moves on 3-2 to the next round. I wrote that backwards. Carrie starts us off. Carrie, is it climax or blue ball?
Climax.
It's kind of ironic these two ended up together. The audience, by the way, between blue ball and climax, in a 2-vote difference, climax gets that particular vote. I'm going to go for climax as well. It's a Midwestern thing. Shy, is it blue ball or climax?
Yeah, it's got to be climax.
And CJ, finish us up.
blue balls.
4-1 to the next round. Audience starts us off on this one. It is either going to be on a cock or Fingerville. Again, both of these fit very well. And it is going to be on a cock for them with twice as many votes, actually. I'm going to keep it interesting. I'm going to go for Fingerville just to tie it up. Shy, is it on a cock or Fingerville?
So we've got one for each so far.
Yep.
Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna blow my load to see where this goes. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, that does finish out her your lifelines. By the way, so she's off the board at this current time. But that means CJ, is it Fingerville or on a cock?
Well, I'd much prefer Fingerville than to be on a cock. So,
I mean,
just
fair.
personal preference.
That's fair.
Speaking of that, though, Carrie, is it on a cock or Fingerville?
Well, both sound like wonderful places, but I'm going to go with Onakok.
Which means it is a tie-breaking decision coming down to the one who blew her load. Is it Onakok or Fingerville?
I think I've got to go with Onakok.
Onakok moves on to the next round. Next up, that was audience. So next up, I start this one off. It is either going to be Browntown or PP. I can't make this stuff up. I've been asked before if I write out this show, which no, I don't. I get a basic idea on what the topic is, but there's no way in hell we could actually write out this show. It is impossible. Just what it is. Having connections like PP and Browntown.
I love it.
rock and roll band.
I'm gonna go with PP on this one. Like mainly because I like how it follows up with the next matchup. So PP gets my vote. Shy, is it PP or Browntown?
Yeah, it's got to be pee because I am a child.
I kind of wonder how. I kind of wonder the size of PP. Like
The
how
world may
big
never know.
how big is PP? How many people are in PP? How
How
many
is it
people
spelled?
is PEEPEE?
So
Two
it is
words.
literally
It
PP.
is literally PP.
All right.
I wonder how many people have left PP.
You get shit on in PP.
I wonder how many people came out of PP.
You know, these are questions that need answered.
CJ, is it Browntown or PP?
I will not miss the opportunity to say this. I need baby for my bunghole.
So you need PP for your Browntown?
Yeah, right. Uh, uh, go with PP. I'm sorry. I'm just you guys are talking about it, and I'm just hearing cornholio in my head the whole time, like PP, PP.
Carrie, is it PP or Browntown?
PP.
The audience, by the way, between PP and Browntown, it is PP as well, with triple the amount of votes. So 5-0 ends up facing a 4-1 in the next round. Shy, is it is it Cumming, Iowa, or Wanker's Corner? Sorry, is it Wankers or Cumming? That's the question. I'm trying to leave the states out of this.
Wankers are coming. Just for the pure fact of them having a corner of it, I've got to go with Wankers.
As far as Iowa's entire state, just CJ, is it Wanker's Corner or Cumming?
You know what? I got to go with wankers because in the lineage of insults, my two favorite insults is calling people either a wanker or a twat waffle. So
Oh, good options there.
I've always been a fan favorite of Douche Canoe.
douche canoe is a great one. Douche nozzle.
Well, douche canoe is the name in my phone for my ex, so I might switch to twat waffle. That's a good one, CJ.
That's that's much more fitting.
Yeah.
My ex isn't in my phone, but if she was, it would just be under Demon Spawn, or
Speaking of that, by the way, if
or
you
former plaintiff.
Former plaintiff.
in most phones, by the way, if you type in the number 666, your mom's phone number will come up.
That's fitting. I mean,
everybody out there listening to this, if you're not listening on your phone, there's something else. Check out on your phone and type in the number.
Oh my god!
And see what comes up.
God. You're not even fucking joking.
I'm not. And the reasons why, just to ruin your guys' involvement on this, the reason why is that when you the three letters that make up the word mom, which a lot of is what people put their mom in their phone with, they don't put your mom's name in there, is the letters M and O, and that's all on the letter.
That's correct. So, that's hysterical.
Yeah. Say, I'm not saying my ex is Satan. I'm just saying I've never seen her and Satan in the same room at the
place.
Same
yeah. All right, Carrie, is it Wanker's Corner or Cumming?
Wanker's Corner.
Ah, I'm losing this one. Dang it! The audience, by the way, is going to go for Cumming. By the way, Cumming actually ended up getting the most, as far as the audience goes, getting the most votes out of everybody. They didn't win it, but they did end up getting the most votes out of everybody. And both of the two that made it to the final finals for the audience vote are now out of the game with that one, because Cumming ended up getting second place. The one who won it ended up being Cooter, Missouri, and they won it by one vote. And the problem with that is that when I voted in the finals, I voted for the wrong damn one because of how it's set up, and it's my fucking fault. And I'm understandably pissed at myself. Uh, so yeah, Coming Iowa gets the audience vote. Coming Iowa gets my vote. However, Wanker's Corner moves on 3-2 to the next round, faces another 3-2. CJ, is it Woods Hole or Happy Land?
Go with Happy Land.
Gets a vote. Carrie. So she's offline. Okay. Try that again. Are you there?
You talking to me?
There you go. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
is,
we're driving, so we're getting some bad signal here. Sorry.
is it Woods Hole or Happy Land?
Let's go with Happy Land for this one.
Gets a vote. The audience between Happy Land and Woods Hole. It's going to be Woods Hole because Happy Land, believe it or not, did not get a single vote in the entire tournament. So the entire week because it didn't make it out of the first round, the entire week nobody voted for Happy Land the entire time. So Woods Hole gets the audience vote off of that one. I'm going to go for Woods Hole as well, mainly for the next matchup. So, and it's a tie-breaking decision. Shai, do you want to know who is facing in the next round?
Do I?
I mean, it's up to you. I think both of them would work for as far as jokes wise, would work for the next one. But I think Woods Hole makes a better one.
Yeah, Woods Hole is where I was leaning anyway. The Happy Land just doesn't. I was leaning towards the Hole. Happy Land just, So it's going to be Woods Hole.
So there's actually a TV show based on Happy Land.
Woods Hole moves on 3-2 to the next round. Last up in round 2, Carrie starts us off. Carrie, is it Friendswood or Nutbush?
Oh, we got to go with Nutbush.
Nutbush gets a vote. Audience between Nutbush and Friendswood, it is Nutbush gets another one. I'm gonna go with Nutbush. I'll go ahead and move it on. Shai, Nutbush, Friendswood.
Yeah, it's got to be Nutbush.
And CJ, finish us up.
Nutbush.
5-0 to the next round. Nutbush moves on. We'll be right back right after this break. Shai's been out for a bit. What you been up to there, dear?
Oh, work. The usual. Nothing too exciting.
Make it work.
Yep, pretty much.
You got any kind of special projects coming up as far as the shows go?
Well, our latest venture we have going on is every other Monday night, so you would be able to catch it tomorrow night. We have Monday Night Horrors with me and Amanda. Just discussing, right now, mainly we're discussing movies, but as the show progresses, we'll get into a wider array of things. But we've just been coming on down the line. So tomorrow's episode will be finishing, I believe, 88 and 89 and starting into the 90s. So that should be a good one.
So just out of curiosity and more for clarification, because I'm pretty sure I know the answer. It's spelled HORROR, correct?
Yes.
Okay, because
Monday Night Horrors would be fair.
Which is the reason I made the question, because I'm like,
for me and Amanda, that would be accurate, but I think it's just a little bit of the accent. Horrors.
There you go. No, I say the same thing, and I'm from the north, so I agree with you. Anyway, You go ahead and check that one out as well. I, as a host of this show, I don't only host this show. I host a couple other shows. Number one is of course Bracket Bastards, but you're on the show now, so you know pretty much what this show is. If you don't know what this show is yet, you're just not quite listening. So make sure to check more out. Other than that, we have Central Booking, which if you're a wrestling fan out there, check out Central Booking. It is not your typical weekly uh, rehash of what's going on. We take a new project each week. This upcoming week, we are like this Wednesday. We were talking about the draft, and who's ever on the show is going to be drafting the three major brands that WWE has, being Raw, SmackDown, and of course NXT. And we are going to be completing our draft for those shows. So make sure to check that one out when it comes out. Another one's called Recasting Call, where we take a movie
Yeah,
made before 2000. It's a movie made before 2000 and recast it with people from today. We just got done doing Spaceballs. It's out now. Check that out. Tomorrow we're doing the movie Die Hard, and we're doing a baby special too. When Calls the Heart is going to be the movie that we're doing for the baby special because my co-host Kate is going on maternity leave for a bit, so that's going to be her little nod for you guys for a bit. And then of course we have like Treasure Planet, Field of Dreams, Back to the Future, Casper, The Replacements, It's a Wonderful Life, a whole bunch of stuff going on for your viewing pleasure, listening pleasure actually. Backstage, Bastards Backstage, we take a one-on-one. It's a one-on-one interview with 20 questions but millions of answers. Get to go a little bit deeper into our guests and other bastards. And of course, Versus. Versus is a unique show that we have not released any shows yet unless you want to be on the show, then I can release a pilot to you where you make the tournament, you make the matchup, or not the matchup, yeah, you make the matchups, and you also pick the winner in this entire thing. It could be any topic. One of the topics that I threw in my little handy dandy bucket here is a topic that CJ and I did on his show, the Loud List, where we talked about uh, politicians that we wouldn't mind running for president.
that, that
So
episode drops Friday.
so that's something to look forward to, not only as far as our show goes, but as far as his show goes as well. And and of course on this channel, we also have uh, PF Jeremiah and his Infernal Roommate, which is a movie review podcast, which is with a D&D twist. So make sure to check all those out as well. All right, catching up. Shy has no lifelines left. Everybody else had both of their lifelines left. Steal a vote. These next four matchups are the only four matchups you can use that are left. Use your steal a vote on. If you do not use them if you do not use them in the next four, they're just off the board. Blown a load, however, does go to the end of the game, so you have plenty of time to do that one as well. Welcome back for round 3 and beyond. It looks like Carrie starts us off on this one. Carrie, is it Swallow Hill or PP?
I think I'm gonna stick with PP.
Gets a vote. The audience, by the way, between PP and Swallow Hill, it is by a pretty close margin. It is actually PP by only 6 votes. I'm going to go with Swallow Hill on this one just to break up the monotony. Shy, is it PP or Swallow Hill? I can see you talking, but I can't hear you.
I can hear.
I can hear
Really?
it.
Really? I can't hear you at all. Okay, I'm going to put you on mute real quick. And then unmute. Okay. Okay. Well, we're having technical issues as far as she goes at this current time, so let's see if we can get her back on real quick. You're still marked for offline there, dear. I don't know why.
Say, I can hear you.
I hear.
Yeah, I don't hear you at all, but I hear everybody else. That's really weird. All right. Well, I'm gonna. All right. Well, just till we get this figured out, what is she voting for? Either PP or Swallow Hill.
She said, "Pee pee."
All right, PP gets a vote. I do apologize, Jay. I don't know why it's not coming over on my end. I'm hoping that it comes over on audio because for some reason I'm just having issues. I don't know. With that, PP gets a vote. CJ, finish this up.
Um, go with pee pee.
Okay, PP. So 4-1. PP moves on to the next round. Audience starts this one off. It is either going to be intercourse or Wanker's Corner. Between intercourse and Wankers, it is intercourse gets to vote off of that one. I'm going to go for Wanker's Corner. Shy. It. I'm just hearing rubbing noises. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I don't hear her at all. No.
Yeah, I don't hear her either.
All right, so we're going to keep trying to get Shy back, but I don't know what the deal is. So, CJ, is it intercourse or Wanker's Corner?
It is Wanker's Corner.
Gets a vote. Carrie
Winker's Corner.
gets a vote and the win off of that one. We'll hopefully get Shy's vote whenever stuff works again. It's really weird. Like we've been having problems this entire show. I start this one off. It's either going to be Climax or Woods Hole. I mean, I don't think you can have a show like this without having Climax at least make the quarterfinals. Or not the quarterfinals, but like the final four. So Climax gets my vote off of that one. Shy, are you with us back? No. No. So we're skipper for right now. CJ.
Oh, it's got to be Climax. You know, got to spit that Michigan love.
Carrie
Climax.
gets another one. Audience between Climax and Woods Hole. It is with a 7-vote difference. Climax gets that vote. Hopefully, it might be a sweep when Shy comes back. Let's see what private chat tells me. Okay, so private chat says intercourse as far as that one goes. So hopefully she'll go ahead and until we get this done, she can go ahead and text me through there. And she's not in right now, so I can't ask the other one. CJ, is it on a cock or Nutbush?
Nutbush.
Carrie.
Nutbush.
Between Nutbush and on a cock, for the audience, it is on a cock. I'm gonna go for on a cock too. So hopefully we get a response from Shy on this one because it is a tie-breaking decision going from that. By the way, the 2 vote for on a cock was the first time it was that um, Nutbush was voted against on, so we do not have any more pearl necklace opportunities off of this one. So, Shy, are you back?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. Good. All right, let's go back a little bit.
Great.
Is it?
First one was intercourse.
I got that one. It moved on. Wanker's Corner moved on 3-2. Is it Climax or Woods Hole?
Climax.
All right, so that ended up uh, 5-0. And finally, tiebreaker decision. Is it Onnacock or Nutbush?
Oh, Anacock.
Onnacock.
All day, every day.
3-2. All right, so the only person to steal a vote this entire game was Shy. Everybody
Woo.
else just didn't use it for whatever reason. I forgot about mine. So there's that. Final four. Carrie starts us off on this one. Carrie, I'm going to give you four options. You give me one, and that's what we'll start off with. Okay?
Okay.
Is it PP, Onnacock, Wanker's Corner, or Climax?
I got to stick with Climax, being from Michigan.
Okay, it is either Climax or Onnacock.
Climax.
Gets the vote audience between Climax and Onnacock. It is decidingly Onnacock for them. I'm gonna go for Onnacock as well because I mean, I just the 6-year-old in me, hell the 40-year-old in me, it's just it's Onnacock. I'm sorry, Shy. It's an Onnacock or Climax.
Always Anacock.
Always Onnacock. Uh,
Hell yeah.
CJ, Onnacock,
Climax.
Climax gets a vote. All right. Uh, Onnacock moves on to the finals on this one. Climax moves on to third place. Audience starts us off between PP and Wanker's Corner. It is PP gets that vote with a 10 vote difference. I'm gonna I'm gonna go for PP on this one just because I like the final matchup for that. Shy, is it PP or Wanker's Corner?
Yeah, I gotta go for PP on that one too.
CJ
PP on the wanker's corner.
I'm going with Wanker's Corner.
and Carrie finishes up
PP.
4-1. PP moves on. Uh, all right. I shot this one off. It's either for third place. Is it Climax or Wanker's Corner? I mean, don't get me wrong. Climax is great and all, but I like the creativity in Wanker's Corner over Climax because you can say that it's the climax of anything. Wanker's Corner, like, how do you explain away Wanker's Corner? I kind of want to know how you explain away Wanker's Corner to anything. So I'm gonna go for Wanker's Corner on this one. Shy, is it Wanker's Corner, which I just love saying? Is it Wanker's Corner or Climax?
Yeah, I have to agree with you on wanker's corner because I still just have so many questions.
Gets a vote. TJ
Wanker's Corner.
voting against Climax on that one. All right, Carrie
Wanker's Corner.
and the audience, by the way, between Wanker's Corner and Climax. Um, going with Climax with a looks like a 5 vote difference on that one. So 4-1. Wanker's Corner gets third place. Finals. Shy starts us off. She's the only one to blow her load. Nobody else has. Is it PP or Onnacock?
Uh, Both such good choices.
Uh,
I got to go with my gut, and I've got to go on a cock.
does it reach up that far? I mean,
Sometimes
CJ is it
depends
on a
on the
cock?
day.
CJ is it on a cock or PP?
um, PP.
Get to vote, Carrie.
On a cock.
The audience, by the way, between on a cock and PP, I got to find this real quick. On a cock and in a 5 vote difference, it goes to Onakok. So yes, Onakok will be winning this entire thing. I did not use a single lifeline this entire time. I'm gonna go for PP though, because like, okay, the reason I'm gonna go for PP is because Onakok could be just a weird translation of like a Native American word, just whatever. But PP, that's like
Just the
Wanker's Corner.
PEEPEE.
Yeah,
Just straight up PP.
it's capital P, two little e's, capital P, and then two little e's. It's literally PP. No other way to describe that. Like, how do you get away with PP as a town name? It's just, granted, it's Ohio.
They just have a great sense of humor there.
I hope so.
Well,
Uh,
they need to.
Onakok is Virginia, so like they do have the entire a lot of Native American history and everything else like that goes. So I can understand how an Onakok could have slipped through, like an Anglo version of a Native American word. I don't know if you can say the same thing for PP. So I'm gonna go for PP. Onakok gets first place. PP gets second. Climax fourth, and Wankers in third. Off of that one, that is our show this week. You can find CJ at
Music God CJ playing dot rocks, or just type in what you see on your screen, and my ugly mug will pop up pretty much everywhere.
you can find Carrie at
Hello, sorry. My travel site is sites SCITES sites to see travel on Facebook.
and you can find Shy at
You can find me on multiple different shows over on the Sport Cat shows on YouTube. If you want to see me being a goofball, you can find me as Asylum Shine 96 on TikTok. And you can also listen to me on the Thin Line Rock Station on Mondays between 12 and 2 Eastern Standard Time.
and of course I'm your host Freddie Fisher. You can find me at that on Facebook. While you're on Facebook, check out Bracket Bash as the audience vote, where you can vote along with us every single week. Next week, and the next poll is going to go up pretty shortly. The list is already out there, so if you want to check out the list, it's there of overplayed wedding songs. Round one starts tonight, about in roughly in 2 hours, 2.5 hours or so. So make sure to check that one out on
Hey,
Twitter.
my journey.
On Twitter, I'm at Fisher777. We're all at Bracket Pod, and as always on Instagram at Can't Lick Me, not one word. I like to leave every single show with a quote. Today's quote comes from Paul Brandt, which, if I remember right, is a Canadian country singer. It says, "Don't tell me the sky's the limit when there are footprints on the moon." So happy
And
travels, guys.
you can live life on a cock.
Safe travels, guys.